Hello and welcome to Eric Sam's online lessons. Alright, so in this lesson we are going to look at how to solve equations using simplest methods. Alright, now let's look at the first equation here that we have. Okay, so they are saying solve the equation. Alright, so this is the equation that we have. How do we solve such equation? So looking at what we have here, okay, so we have the first term here and the second term, then we have 0 there. All right, so what do we do? All right, so the first thing we have to take 25 to the other side, negative 25 to the other side. So we are going to have x minus 1 closed. All right, so then we're going to say is equal to 0. All right, 0 plus 25. All right, so I hope you know 0 plus 25 is already 25. So in that case, what are we saying? We are remaining with x minus 1 power 3 power 2 is equal to 25. All right, now that is the case there. So what are we going to do? Remember, we have power 2 here. So in this case, we have a square here. All right, so to remove that 2, we have to square. You have to introduce square root. All right, so square root, both sides square root. So having done that, we are going to cancel this 2 is going to cancel with the square here. All right, so in that case, we are going to remain with the x minus 1 is equal to, so what is the square root of 25? Of course, it's 5. So it's going to be positive or minus 5. All right, remember, you're going to have two answers there. All right, so in this case, we're going to say the first answer, if we use positive, we are going to have, first answer is going to be, okay, the first answer is going to be x. The first answer is going to be x, x minus 1 is equal to positive 5. All right, so if you're going to separate that, you're going to have, okay, let's separate it by comma. We're going to say x, another one, x minus 1 is equal to negative 5. All right, so in that case, this one, if we take, we remain with x here, we take negative 1 to the other side, we're going to have x is equal to 5 plus 1. So 5 plus 1, we're going to have x is equal to 6. All right, so similarly, so x is equal to 6 here. Similarly, we do the same here. X, we take this to the other side, we're going to have x is equal to negative 5. All right, then plus 1. Okay, so in that case, we're going to say x is equal to, if you add that, you're going to have negative 4. All right, so x is equal to negative 4. Okay, I hope you are following. All right, so that is how we find those two answers. I hope you've understood how we've reached there. All right, now I guess so. Let's look at the next question here. The next question, we have x power 3 over 2, okay, is equal to 8. Now, how do we solve such equation? How do we solve such equation? So we have to look at the power that we have. This is a fraction. So whenever you have a fraction as a power, you look at it. Is it positive or negative? All right, so of course this is a positive power. So you look at the number which is down here. The number which is down here is going to, in this case, is 2. So this one will represent x, okay? So x is squared. So 2 will represent squared. So square root, all right, I mean square root. So x square root, or short, square root of x. So if I can write what I'm saying x, all right, square root of x, something like this. All right, square root of x. This is the representation of 2. So in that case, what about the number which is on top? That number which is on top here, it's a power. So you're going to say power 3. All right, so if you have 4 here, you have any other number, you write it here. you can write that number here. But as long as it's a 2, you just write the square root. Okay, I hope I'm clear. So in that case, we are going to equate to that number, which is 8. Okay, so having written it in this way, we are going to now, we want to remove this 3. We want to remove this 3. How do you remove that 3? You introduce cube root. Okay, you introduce what? Cube root. So if you are going to introduce cube root, if I can write that cube root here, you may get confused. But of course, when you talk about cube root, you know that it's a expression that looks like this. Okay, so this expression can be also written as 1 over 3. Okay, cube root can be written as this. Okay, so now that we understand that cube root can be written as such, we are going to use the fraction so that we can easily cancel. So we're going to multiply. All right, so we multiply 3, that power, times 1 over 3. All right, so similarly here we're going to say 1 over 3 as a power. Okay, now that we have that, you are going to remain with that 3 and 3, they will cancel, because you know that 3 into 3 is what? 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So you're going to remain with the square root of x, which is equal to square root of x, which is equal to, now you understand that the cube root of 3, if you are going to if you want to cancel this expression, the power here, if you don't want that, you can write 8 here. You get the 8 there, you write it in this way, so it will be cube root of 8, or 8 cube root. All right, so you're going to find the number that when you multiply it 3 times, you get 8. Which number is that? Or you can say 8, which number can we write in simplest form as a power? You're going to say 8 times 8 to the power 3. All right, 8 to the power 3, which is now you have that power there. So still you are going to cancel that. You're going to remain with the power. You are going to remain with power 1. So power 1, you are talking about 2. Okay, so you can either think about it here immediately. You can use 8 here. You can write 8 here, or you can do this way. All right, so in this case, you're going to say 8 x. Okay, x, square root of x is equal to 2. Remember, we are remaining with 2 now here. Okay, so 2, we are going to say, now we are going to remove this square root, we are going to do what? What are we going to do? We are going to square. So if you are going to square, you're going to say power 2, even here power 2. So 2 and the square root, they're going to cancel. You're going to remain with x is equal to, now 2 power 2 is going to be 4. So that is our final answer. All right, I hope guys you've enjoyed the lesson, and I hope you followed clearly. All right, otherwise this is where we end. All right, so I believe next time we'll be able to solve in the paper. All right, a typed paper, so that things can be clear. All right, but I guess it's clear. If you have a question, please, you can ask. Of course, this one, we can use different methods, even in this one. So I've just used one of the methods. So just follow it clearly, closely, you'll be able to understand there. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next lesson.